This year went by a lot faster than I expected. And honestly, I don't want to reach the last day of the year and realize I spent most of it waiting for something to change. So instead of making another list of impossible goals, I decided to make a list of 30 small things I actually want to do before the year ends. Some are productive, some are completely random, and some are things I probably should have done a long time ago. So let's start. The first thing I'm doing is probably the most obvious one. I'm cleaning my room. Not just moving everything from one place to another and calling it clean. I'm actually going through everything. Because I've noticed that whenever my space feels chaotic, my brain somehow feels chaotic too. So I'm getting rid of things I don't need, organizing the things I do, and making my room feel like a place I actually want to spend time in. Number 2, my phone. I have thousands of photos I don't need, apps I haven't opened in months, and probably way too many screenshots of things I completely forgot about. So I'm cleaning it all up. Deleting, organizing, unfollowing accounts that don't make me feel good. Basically, giving my phone a fresh start. That I want to make a playlist that reminds me of this year. Not necessarily songs that were released this year. Just songs that remind me of specific moments. Because sometimes you don't remember exactly what happened, but you remember how a song made you feel. And I think that's one of the nicest ways to keep memories. I'm also writing down everything this year taught me. The good lessons, the difficult ones, the things I learned about myself. Because sometimes you don't realize how much you've changed until you actually stop and think about who you were at the beginning of the year. This one might be harder. There's something I've been thinking about way more than I should. And before the year ends, I want to stop giving it so much space in my head. Not everything needs an answer. Not everything needs closure. And not everything deserves another hour of overthinking. Sometimes you just have to say, okay, I'm moving on. Read a book I've been postponing. I have at least one book that I've been saying I'm going to read for way too long. So I'm finally starting it. Even if I only read a few pages a day, I want to finish something instead of constantly saying, I'll do it later. 7. Learn something completely new. I want to learn something I don't already know how to do. It doesn't have to become a career. It doesn't even have to be useful. I just think it's good to occasionally be a beginner again. Because being bad at something at first doesn't mean you're incapable. It just means you're starting. Try something I've never done. Number 8 is simple. Do something I've never done before. Something small. Something safe. Something that gives me a story to tell. Because if every day looks exactly the same, eventually the months start blending together. To have a day without social media. One day. No scrolling. No checking what everyone else is doing. No comparing my life to someone else's highlight reel. I want to see what happens when I stop constantly consuming other people's lives and actually pay attention to my own. Point 10. Take more photos of normal days. Candid shots, food, sky, desk, walking. This year reminded me that the moments I miss most aren't always the big ones. Sometimes it's a random afternoon, a conversation, a meal, the way my room looked at a certain time of day. So I'm going to start taking more pictures of ordinary moments. Not because they're perfect, but because one day I'll wish I could remember them. 11. Watch a sunrise. I want to slow down and actually enjoy a sunrise or sunset. No rushing, no scrolling, just being present. 12. Fix my sleep schedule. I'm done sacrificing sleep for everything else. I want to create a routine that actually lets me feel rested. 13. Organize my notes. I'm finally organizing all my messy notes, files, and folders. Future me will definitely thank me for this. 14. Clean my closet. I'm going through my clothes and keeping only the things I actually use and love. 15. Spend time with loved ones. I want to spend more real, intentional time with the people who matter to me and make some memories together. 16. Set meaningful goals. Instead of making a huge list of random goals, I'm choosing a few things that genuinely matter to me. 17. Start a good habit. I'm choosing one small habit I can actually stick to, not something unrealistic that I'll quit after a week. 18. Let go of one bad habit. And I'm choosing one habit I know isn't helping me anymore and slowly working on letting it go. 19. Take a social media break. Sometimes I need to stop watching everyone else's lives and start paying attention to my own. So I'm taking some time offline. 20. Try something new. Finally, I want to do something I've never done before. It doesn't have to be huge, just something that gives me a new experience and a new memory. 21. Make a bucket list. I want to write down the things I genuinely want to experience, not just achieve. 22. Make a video diary. I'm going to capture little moments from my life that I might forget otherwise. 23. Write to my future self. I'm writing a letter about where I am now, what I'm feeling, and what I hope changes. 24. Make a vision board. I want to create a vision board that represents the kind of life and energy I want next year. 25. Have a reset day. One day to clean, organize, relax, and just get everything back on track. 26. Do something just for fun. No productivity. No goals. Just doing something because it makes me happy. 27. Celebrate my progress. I want to look back at how far I've come instead of only focusing on what I haven't achieved. 28. Revisit my favorite memories. I'm going through my favorite photos and videos and remembering the moments that made this year special. 29. Be more present. I don't want to spend the rest of the year constantly thinking about what's next. I want to actually enjoy what's happening now. 30. End the year grateful. And finally, I want to end the year feeling grateful. Not because everything was perfect, but because I got to experience another year of my life.